Hi, welcome to the Take 5 podcast, the show that helps strengthen firefighters in protecting those relationships that matter most. I'm your host, Lee Sullivan, licensed mental health counselor and certified emotionally focused therapist. I'm so glad you're here today. Hi, welcome to our 8th podcast. Today, I'd like to dispel 2 common myths regarding men, women, and emotion. Common myths in our culture, and we also hear them echoing within the firehouse. And so we want to talk about these myths, break them down, and discover what is true and what is not true within them. So we all know that fire service is definitely male heavy, male dominant. We are seeing an increase in female firefighters, and I love to see that, but it's still definitely male heavy. There was a demographic profile study conducted in 2020, and it was published by the National Fire Protection Association. They reported that 89,600 firefighters within the United States are female. This number represents 9% of the total of career and volunteer firefighters in the U.S. This number is up from what it was just a few years ago. So we do see the increasing in female firefighters, and that makes it prudent that we dispel some of the myths in fire service regarding men, women, and our favorite topic, emotion. So myth number 1, men don't do emotions. Well, it's true that men are not socialized as little boys to feel their feelings and show their emotions. They are not socially trained. This is generally speaking. You guys are not socially trained to feel your feelings or learn how to share your feelings, specifically through modeling from other males. And so, we've all heard the phrases, boys don't cry, suck it up, buttercup. Don't be a sissy, don't be a baby, don't be such a girl. I particularly hate that phrase. But from an early age, boys are actually taught to disconnect from their emotions. So when boys grow up into men, they often find it difficult to intimately relate to their adult partners. And so this disconnect from emotion and their own emotional experience is quite a challenge for men. It's not that men can't do emotion, it's they have not been socialized how to do emotion, how to feel it and how to express it. And so the great news is that men can learn how to become aware of your emotions. You can learn how to integrate your emotions in an effective and a healthy way into your daily lives. Primary emotions offer some key character traits that contribute to building and maintaining resilience. And so because of that, emotion, intelligence, and emotional awareness is incredibly important for first responders and particularly firefighters. The key is learning to integrate your emotions into your living, not trying to change your emotions, but trying to integrate them into your life. Integrating them is more holistic. It sees you as a whole person. Integration also creates resilience. And so you can learn the difference between your secondary reactive emotions and your primary adaptive emotions. Men who integrate their emotions into their daily lives are wiser. There seems to be this discernment between truth and error. It comes more readily to them. There's an increase in self-awareness. There's certainly an increase in other awareness and the ability to hold different opinions at the same time. Men who've learned to integrate their emotions into their daily lives are also better partners, better dads, better firefighters, just better people in general. And so the good news is you can learn at any stage of life how to do this. So it's not that men don't do emotions, it's that most men, as young boys, did not learn how to do emotions. Myth number 2, women are more sensitive than men. So it's true that women are socialized to be more aware of their emotions and how to express their emotions, much more than men. The untruth is that it's a genetic trait. It is not an inborn genetic trait for women to be more emotionally aware. Okay, this is a common misconception that women are just innately more sensitive. That's not true. We socially learn how to do that better because of our social environment. So it's typically true that women are more tuned into their emotions than men are. This is because of a learned behavior. It's quite healthy. The good news is that all of us can learn at any stage of life how to integrate emotions into our daily awareness, learn how to listen to emotional signals, and discover what they're telling about what's important to you in that moment when the emotion hits. When both men and women learn to integrate emotion into their daily lives, they are just better overall people, better citizens, and we're a better community because of it. We have much more resilience. So whether you learned early or you are learning later in life, you can learn to listen to your emotion signals, learn to decipher what those signals are trying to tell you about what's important to you. And you can learn to integrate your emotional experience into your daily awareness. I hope you had a great takeaway today, and whether you learned it young or you're learning it now, through these podcasts, you're well on your way to increasing your emotional awareness. Thank you so much for listening. Please visit my website, elpiscounseling.com, for a list of references used in today's episode. Remember, what we see, we can change, one feeling, one message, one conversation at a time. Thank you for joining me as we learn to tap into our emotion signals to protect and preserve those relationships that matter most. Be safe and be well.